What is up, Karatics? Welcome to the off-road ability testing for the Cheval Marshall monster truck. It is an update to my off-road ability testing series where I've tested the majority of off-road capable vehicles in GTA 5 Online. I will leave the link to a playlist down below in the pinned comment where you will find all the other vehicles I have done already so that you can compare. Before we start, if you have any questions as to how each obstacle is scored, please refer to the tutorial video which is linked at the top of the description. Also remember that the most updated spreadsheet with all of the off-road ability scores for vehicles I have tested so far will be linked in the description as well, along with other brands. The following points for each obstacle will be out of 10 possible points. Again, if you have any questions as to how each obstacle is scored in full detail, please refer to the tutorial video which is linked at the top of the description and the pinned comment. Starting off with the incline test from a flat surface, I was surprised to see this result as the Liberator got to red line number 9. The Marshall only got to red line number 7, which gives it a 7 out of 10. In stage 2 of this test, which starts at an angled position, it gets the same score as the Liberator, a 4 out of 10. If we take both those scores, we get an average of 5.5 for the incline test. Next we have the dirt incline test. The Marshall has very good torque, but its rear weight bias and large tires make the front wheels lose traction. Nonetheless, it still makes it to the top, which gives it a 10 out of 10. Dirt braking is excellent. It stops well before the last red block and gets a 10 out of 10. Rock crawling for the Marshall, as you can imagine, is excellent. Through all 3 obstacles, it bottoms out a total of 2 times and gets an 8 out of 10. In stage 2 of this test, which is subjectively scored, it goes up every rock with no hesitation. Obviously, being a monster truck, there's no argument. It gets a 10 out of 10. We take both those scores, we get an average of 9 out of 10. Powertrain is excellent. It misses a perfect score due to the slight wheel spin of the driver's side rear wheel and passenger side front wheel. It doesn't produce any tire smoke or start to roll back. It gets a 9 out of 10. Next we have bumper clearance. It has excellent bumper clearance, not scraping at all, obviously being a monster truck, which gives it a 10 out of 10. Suspension travel is average. According to the markers, it gets a 6 out of 10. High-speed stability is excellent. The bumps are almost non-existent for this monster truck. Obviously, it gets a 10 out of 10. Next up, we have deep water testing. In stage 1, it makes it to the end, which gives it a 10 out of 10. In stage 2, which is a deeper side, still no struggle here, being a monster truck, makes it to the end, which gives it a 10 out of 10. We take both those scores, we get an average of 10 for the deep water test. And finally, we have dirt acceleration test. This path is exactly a quarter mile long. Using the handbrake launch, it gets an average 15-second quarter mile. This gives it a 5 out of 10. Add it all together, and the off-road capability score is 84.5 out of 100. That places it here in 6th place out of all the off-road category vehicles I have tested so far. Now if we compare it to all the vehicles I have tested so far from all the classes, that places it here in 6th place as well. Keep in mind that these positions may change as I test more manufacturers and newer cars release. Comparing it to the Liberator, you can see that it falls behind in the incline test and rock crawling test. So, this means that the Liberator is actually the better choice when choosing on a monster truck to drive. All in all, on paper, the Marshall seems like an all-rounder as far as off-roading, but that is sadly not the case. I'm sure many of you have had experiences off-roading with monster trucks, and it's never really as pleasurable as a sand king, for example. That is because the monster trucks are meant to be driven off-road at lower speeds, going over their obstacles as they do in real life, not going full speed over mountains. So, is the Marshall a solid choice for off-roading? No. Now, is it an insane off-roader at specifically low speeds? Hell yeah, it is. Well, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you'd like to see other videos on the other vehicles I've tested so far and how the Marshall compares to all the other vehicles, I'll leave the playlist down below, as well as a spreadsheet which will contain the most updated breakdown and scores for all the vehicles in one place. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.